Tropical cyclone wind signal number 1 remains hoisted over several parts of the country as Tropical Depression Hener approaches Northern Luzon. Based on Pag-asa's 5 p.m. bulletin on Monday, September 16, 19 areas in Northern Luzon remain under signal number 1 as Hener continues to approach the country's landmass. Areas under signal number 1 should expect minimal to minor impacts from strong winds. The State Weather Bureau last spotted Hener some 290 kilometers east of Tuguegarao City, Cagayan, carrying maximum sustained winds of 55 kilometers per hour and gustiness of up to 70 kilometers per hour. Heavy to intense rains are expected over Palawan, Occidental Mindoro, Aklan, Antique, and Negros Occidental until Tuesday afternoon, September 17, due to the southwest monsoon enhanced by Hener and Tropical Storm Pulasan located outside the Philippine area of responsibility. Meanwhile, Hener may bring heavy to intense rains over Cagayan, Isabela, Quirino, and Aurora. Pag-asa forecasts Hener to make landfall in the vicinity of Isabela and Aurora Monday evening or Tuesday morning. The tropical cyclone may likely emerge over the coastal waters of La Union or Pangasinan late morning or noon of Tuesday. Hener may exit PAR between Tuesday late evening and Wednesday morning, September 18. The National Maritime Council said BRP Teresa Magbanua's return from Escoda Shoal in the West Philippine Sea is not a withdrawal. In a chance interview on Monday, September 16, National Maritime Council spokesperson Alexander Lopez said BRP Teresa Magbanua's exit from the shoal was not a consequence of the recent bilateral consultation mechanism with China. He pointed out that the Philippines during the September 11 talks stood its ground and said it will maintain presence in Escoda Shoal. According to Lopez, the PCG is already in the process of sending a replacement for the pulled-out vessel. He stressed that the pulling out of BRP Teresa Magbanua is not a cause for concern as the government consistently utilizes other measures to monitor the Escoda Shoal. Lopez cited that the reason why BRP Teresa Magbanua was pulled out from Escoda Shoal was for humanitarian purposes. Earlier, the Philippine Coast Guard disclosed that BRP Teresa Magbanua was compelled to return to port as its crew suffered stomach pain, dehydration, and arthritis. The PCG also pulled out the vessel since it was damaged in a collision with a Chinese vessel. In one of many clashes in August, a China Coast Guard vessel repeatedly rammed BRP Teresa Magbanua, causing damage to the Philippine ship. Manila deployed BRP Teresa Magbanua in April to prevent Beijing from reclaiming Escoda Shoal, which lies well within the Philippines' exclusive economic zone. China's aggressive actions are based on its assertion of sovereignty over most of the South China Sea, including the West Philippine Sea, despite a 2016 International Tribunal ruling effectively invalidating Beijing's claim. House Speaker Martin Romualdez said public officials who committed irregularities while on duty should not blame others for their mistakes. During the opening of the 2025 General Appropriations Bill plenary deliberations on Monday, September 16, Romualdez said the chamber would not tolerate hypocrisy and those who supposedly ignore their own misuse of public funds.
We cannot ignore the reality that there are those who seek to undermine our work. Critics who speak of accountability while conveniently ignoring their own misuse of public funds. Hindi maaaring magturo ng daliri ang mga may sariling kasalanan. Sa harap ng Kongreso, lahat ay dadaan sa tamang proseso at walang makatakas sa pananagutan.
Romualdez likewise hit back at critics, saying the House always stands by the principles of transparency and accountability. He further pointed out that the House favors no one and does not bend to pressure or special interests. The Speaker did not mention names, but on September 10, Vice President Sara Duterte released a video message alleging that the government budget is merely controlled by Romualdez and House Appropriations Committee Chairperson Representative Zaldi Co. Duterte said both lawmakers allegedly manipulate the budget for their own benefit. Duterte also did not show up at the September 10 deliberations on the Office of the Vice President's proposed 2025 budget, saying her office has already submitted all necessary documents to the panel. Deliberations on the OVP's proposed 2025 budget on August 27 were initially deferred due to Duterte not directly answering lawmakers' questions, including queries regarding her office's budget utilization. The House Appropriations Panel has recommended slashing OVP's 2025 budget of around 2 billion pesos to only about 700 million pesos. U.S. media named Ryan Wesley Routh as the suspected would-be assassin of former U.S. President Donald Trump. U.S. media said it was Routh who was arrested after U.S. Secret Service agents opened fire on a gunman carrying an AK-47 style rifle near the boundary of Trump's Florida golf course where the former president was golfing on Sunday, September 15. The suspect had bolted out of the shrubbery he had been hiding in and escaped in a black car before he was tracked down by authorities. According to media reports, Routh was a self-employed affordable housing builder in Hawaii who had an arrest record spanning decades and regularly posted on politics and current events, including sometimes criticizing Trump. One cause Routh expressed support for was Ukraine's fight against Russia's invasion. Agence France Presse said it interviewed Routh in Kiev in late April 2022 while he was taking part in a demonstration in support of Ukrainians trapped in the port city of Mariupol. The United States has provided staunch support to Ukraine since Russia invaded in February 2022. President Joe Biden will be replaced next January either by his Vice President Kamala Harris or by Trump. Harris indicated she will continue Biden's policies of backing Ukraine, while Trump would not say at a debate earlier this week whether he wanted Kiev to win the war. Fuel retailers will again cut the prices of petroleum products by at least 1 peso a liter beginning Tuesday, September 17. In separate advisories on Monday, September 16, local oil firms said prices of gasoline would go down by 1 peso per liter and diesel by 1 peso and 30 centavos per liter. The price of kerosene will decrease by 1 peso and 65 centavos per liter. The Department of Energy Oil Industry Management Bureau said weakening global demand and expectations of oil oversupply are the main factors for the rollback of prices. As of September 10, DOE data showed that the year-to-date net increases of gasoline already reached around 5 pesos per liter and diesel around 3 pesos per liter. On the other hand, kerosene had a net decrease of around 4 pesos per liter.